Welcome to Goyo's Garden and Tie-Dyes. I'm Greg. Congratulations, Katie and Tim, on winning the dye giveaway. Thank you, Crystal, for making this possible. Thank you, Stephanie, for getting it all together and putting me out there. And thank you to everybody that has subscribed and participated. All right, today we will be doing the sheet that was part of the pillowcases. It's the top sheet, and it's already quartered. Folded in half again. I needed a little help with it because I am outside and I didn't want to get it on the ground. And I'm just going to spiral it up, try to get it as tight as I can. It's a lot of material to work with. Actually, the sheets and stuff spiral up a lot easier than the shirts do, that's for sure. In my opinion, anyway. I was trying to keep it the same height all the way across with the pleats, but kind of hard to do with a lot of material. But I do have to say it got really close. Just rubber band it up. I'll tighten up a little bit after I get a few rubber bands on it. And sorry for the little gurgling sound. If I edited that out every time, I wouldn't have a video. That's just part of the way things are. Use the end of the little locking tweezers to try to push in some of the taller pleats. And I'm going to show you, I got a new boom stand for my hot water irrigation part of my work area. So I'm actually just going to take my iPad from my boom stand here, right there, and walk it over, snap it in, and I'm done. I love it. Don't have to adjust the boom stand every time. This was a really good investment here. Okay, we're going to start laying down some dye. And you can manipulate your spiral. I try to keep the center higher than everything else so it flows away from the center. So we'll be using the powder dye that's in the 8-ounce bottles, quarter cup soda ash, and I actually put in 3 teaspoons of the dye. And the first dye that we're applying is Spray On Tan. See how much easier this stuff goes on out of the bottles? I'd use the whole jar that I got donated by Steph if I would have just did it plain. And whoops, I just poked a hole in the center. And just reach under it carefully, pop it back up, and you're good to go. But yeah, I would have used up a lot of dye. Next we have River Bottom. And my most favorite to say, marvelous darling. I don't know, I crack a smile every time I say that one. It's pretty cool. Looks pretty close to River Bottom, but that's just on the camera. Next is Whale Tail. Spectacular color. Yeah, I did the whole sheet set with all the colors. But when you win them, or whoever wins them, you might want to experiment a little bit. You don't have to use them all on the same thing, because they are spectacular in their own rights. But then, just like with orange and green, you get the brown. You want to be conscious of that. But I wanted to throw everything on here. And that next color we had was mild wing sauce. And when you see it added with the liquid, wow, it's very hot. Very hot looking. Next is Army Surplus. And then, should use that for my stomach right now, a little Pepto-Bismol. It's perfect little pie shapes. I love it. If I used a spoon, it'd have been everywhere. And last but not least, Varicose Violet, which is another really cool color. It was a little harder to come out with the bottles. It had some larger pink chunks inside of it. I squished them up the best I could. I just had to open up the end of my bottle a little bit better, and it came out. Okay, a little cheesecloth, because that's going to be an awful lot of splatter. And I actually reverted back on this one to my old Hudson sprayer. A little bit more control on those pie pieces. See those colors popping through. Yeah, I tried to tuck in the cheesecloth I have here. It's really, really tightly woven. And so the water just want to kind of run off the side of it. If you pack it down really good, it seeps through much better. And when I'm doing the hot water, you'll see me go around the edges before I really get into the middle. It helps work it down to the sides. If not, you might run out of dye to do the sides if it gets all wet. Yeah, so this is still the day before my sale. Just took a couple hours to do the whole sheet set, so had to get one more thing out there in my mind anyway. Even though I had plenty of stuff to sell. Okay, everything should be well worked in right now. We're gonna finish melting all that dye into the sheet. Oh, I wanted to spray my cheesecloth a little bit to spread some of that dye. I'm going to be saving those to hang them up later. So you just want to work all that dye in really good. Let it all dissolve. Yeah, there was a lot more control with this sprayer. But if I was doing several things at a time, I would have been doing the fan spray, because that would have covered up a lot of distance. But it just seems like there's a lot of waste on the sides when you're spraying with the fan. And actually here you can pinpoint troubled spots and push it right on through. What I call punching it through. Yeah, I just want to make sure it gets through the backside. And I've said sheet so many times. Reminded me when I was a kid, there was a little radio contest, and my entry was, I slit a sheet I slit, upon the slitted sheet I sit. Said that 3 times fast, I won myself an album. Nothing spectacular, it was a Bonnie and Clyde album. As a kid, like 12 or 11 or 12, something like that was when I did it, so it was kind of cool. I think it was my first big album anyway. Well, let's get back to the spraying of the water. And you can actually pinpoint with this sprayer here. You'll see me checking it, and there's spots where it's not quite, colors really come through the way you like it. So you can pinpoint the tip of that sprayer right there and help work it down. Or you can always add more dye, but I try not to. If I could get it with the tip of this, that's just fine. And I think that's going to be good. Alright, well, here's one of the spirals just up close to show you the colors. Pretty cool. And really hard to take a picture of a queen size sheet. Some friends helped me on this day. That's hanging from my front porch, and I think it looks pretty good. Very, very nice. I think so myself. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. These are the colors that will be in the giveaway. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you liked it, please hit like. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you next time.